Yeah.
Do you know we're ready?
If you're ready, we can do it.
All right, I think we're good.
Refresh my memory what we.
We start with Bim Bam.
So.
Ya ba ba bim bim bam, ya ba ba bim bam, ya ba ba bim bim bam, ya ba ba bim bam, ya ra 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 ra, ya ra ba bim bam, ya ra 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 ra, ya ba ba bim bam. Sorry, I thought I may have just done the wrong tune, but that's all right. Welcome tonight, everyone. God never minded a bum note. We're okay.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome, everyone. My name is Keel Ireland. I'll be filling in for the rabbis this Kabbalat Shabbat while they are taking a well-deserved vacation, and Tova McGilvray will be helping me with the music. As always, we are praying tonight out of the Mishkan Tefillah, or if you're online, you can download our virtual Siddur at sinaireno.org. So let's start by turning to page 3, and let's please read together. As these Shabbat candles give light to all those who behold, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. And now it is my honor to invite up Brigitte and Jacob to light the Shabbat candles. And the blessing can be found on page 2.
It's an adorable little house. And it causes fires, which is ironic.
Shush. Okay. Scary.
Fire.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav
Zivanu
v'tzivanu
ladlik
shel
Shabbat.
Amen.
Thank you. And we continue on page 10 with Hinei Ma Tov.
Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. One more time. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Yes, thank you.
And you can stay up here
Okay.
because next we're going to turn to page 20 for the Lachadori. And as is our custom at the synagogue, we sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And for the final verse, if you're able, please rise and turn to the back doors of the synagogue, or if you're online, whatever space you're in, so that we can welcome in the Shabbat bride.
Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad Hishmianu el Cham Yuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shemu tiferet v'litechila Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela likrat Shabbat v'chune nilcha Ki mekor habaracha merosh mekedem nesucha besof maaseh b'machshavati la Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Hitorari Kiva orech kumiori Uri shir daveri Kivod Adonai alayich nigla Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simcha utzochola Toch emunei am segula Boi chala Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekabela
I think we're good.
Yeah,
That's the
that
Chatzi
is,
Kaddish.
yes.
So now Chatzi Kaddish can be found on page 26. Yikadal v'yikadesh me rabba
Amen.
v'yamad divra hitorete v'yamlik malchute b'chayachan uv'yamachon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael b'agala uzmekariv v'imru
Amen.
Yehesh me rabba mevarach la'olam ul'omei amaya Yibarak v'yishutabak Yipar vid Roman vid Yaseh vid Hadar vid Yale vid Halal Shmei de Kudeshe Barachu Le'ala min kol bicharta v'shorata tushbachata v'namachata dimoran biyomot v'imru Amen. Please rise for the Bachu on page 28.
At some point you sat down. Please enjoy that moment that we gave you. We're going to face it. Baruch Adonai Adam Evorach Baruch Adonai Amevorach Amevorach Le'olam Ha'ed Amevorach Amevorach Le'olam Ha'ed.
Now we read together the English on page 30. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the season, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night. rolling light away from darkness, darkness from light, transforming day into night, and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai Hamari Elohim. Torah is what God revealed to us and what we discern of God. Ideas and ideals, laws and mitzvot, our religious heritage. It unfolds our memories of Abraham and Sarah, of Moses, Miriam, and the prophets. It is legislation and explanation, allowing questions that challenge, answers that inspire, all a quest for meaning. It is our way of life, a path for our souls, and a design for a better world. John Rayner. And now I would ask you to rise again, but I think you're all already standing. So
we're still standing for the Shema. That's all right.
And the Shema can be found on page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kivod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated.
We continue with the Via Hafta on page 36.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam V'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'chshartam leot al yadecha v'chayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'isharecha Leman tiskeru et vasitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kedoshim Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher chotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liod lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet.
We read responsively at the top of page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. Wherever we go,
it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness.
That there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Micha Moha can be found on the next page.
Oh, we're going to bim and bam again. All right. Yappa ba bim bim bam, yada ba ba bim bam. Yappa ba bim bim bam, yada ba ba bim bam. Yai dai 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 dai, yada dai ba bim bam. Yai dai 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 dai, yada dai ba bim bam. Micha mocha bailim Adonai. Micha mocha Nedar b'kodesh, no ra tehilot o sefele, no ra tehilot o sefele, ma'alechutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei yam livnei Moshe u'Miriam, zeli zeli anu v'yamru, Adonai imloch leolam va'ed v'nemar kifadash Adonai et Yaakov u'glo miyad chizach mimenu baruch atah Adonai gal Yisrael.
We have crossed over the sea, whether just from a long week or perhaps from something much more trying. The flight is over, and we can slow ourselves down and prepare for rest. We read together at the bottom of page 42. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter peace is spread over us, over all your people, Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, hapares sukkah shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. And Vishamru can be found on the next page, page 44.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Beni uvein, b'nei Yisrael, b'nei leolam, oti leolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Vayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Thank you for everyone who joined in the sacred Macarena. It's an important part of it.
As we enter the Amidah, please stand if you're able. Adonai safeteti titak ufia gitahiletecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei Avotenu v'Emotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh HaKol, V'zocher Chasei Avavimot, U'mevi Gula Livnei B'neihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechakel Chayim B'Chesed,
Mechaye hakol berachamim ramim. Tolech noflim verofeh cholim. Umatir asurim. Umekayem emunato. Lishenei afar. Michamocha b'gevurot. Umidom elach. Melech memit umechaye umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman ata l'chachaylot hakol baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol.
Do we keep
Do we do
yeah.
Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh v'kadoshim b'chol yom v'chagalu chasela Baruch atah Adonai HaKadosh.
And now we continue reading silently until page 62. Please sit down when you are done with your meditation.
Oseh shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimeru amen.
Assemble the people, men, women, and children, and the strangers in your cities, to hear, to learn, to revere Adonai your God, to observe faithfully the words of this Torah, and let their children who do not yet know it hear, and that they too may learn to revere Adonai your God. At this point, Temple Sinai tradition would hold that we would have a Torah service, but tonight we're just going to talk Torah and not open the scrolls. We know, however, that scrolls are open all across Nevada, the West Coast, and the Western Hemisphere. And with these out, let us then ask for healing for those in need. We are thinking tonight especially of Kevin Ashton, Laura Bartleson, Kathy Bartlett, Tracy Bartlett, Batia Tali, Danny Berger, Laura Cohen, Dan Dworkin, Jeffrey Four, Shimon Avram Ben Zion HaLevi, Sanford Friedlander, Stephen Gould, Marlene Harris, Debbie Herman, Kevin Knox, Letitia Kruger, Margaret Lewicki, Hareb Miriam Bat-Shifra of Pinchas, Rabbi Emerita Myra Sofer, Hareb Miriam Yael Chaya Bat-Sarah, Rabbi Marcia Prager of Aleph, Vivian Morgan, Tim Ober, Leslie Pansky, Claire Petersky, Carol Pevney, Jackie Ramirez, Judy Ramos, Sarah Bat Chava, Shaina Bacha Bat Sarah Maka, Shana Molina, Phil Shellet, Chris Stanton, Petra Suber, Bobby Wells, Usher Zalek, the communities of Israel and Palestine, Trent McGregor, Airman First Class, and all the military personnel assisting Israel, everyone affected by the coronavirus and long COVID, and the Jewish and other communities of Ukraine. If you'd like to add anyone, if you're online, you can add their name to the text box, or please say their name out loud or in your hearts as my eyes meet yours.
Jim Sullivan. Alex Rabahin, Melissa Peters, and Mr. Corbin Ellis.
Very rough.
Charles Douglas McGilchrist.
The Misha Barak can be found on page 253.
Avotenu Mekor Habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu Mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Amen. Thank you.
A hurricane is nearing the shore in the south, bringing with it a torrential rainstorm. One of those in the storm's path is a devout rabbi. With water coming into the ground floor of his house, a neighbor in a rowboat comes by and shouts, "Rabbi, let us evacuate you. The water level is getting dangerous." The rabbi replies, "No, thank you. I am a righteous man who trusts in the Almighty, and I am confident he will deliver me." 3 hours go by, and the rains intensify, at which point the rabbi has been forced onto the second floor of his house. Now a police boat comes by, and the officer shouts, "Rabbi, let us evacuate you. The water level is getting dangerous." The rabbi replies, "No, thank you. I am a righteous man who trusts in the Almighty, and I am confident he will deliver me." The rain does not stop, and the rabbi is forced onto the roof of his house. A helicopter flies over, and the officer shouts down, "Rabbi, grab this rope and we'll pull you up. You're in terrible danger." The rabbi replies, "No, thank you. I am a righteous man who trusts in the Almighty, and I'm confident he will deliver me." The deluge continues, and the rabbi is swept off the roof, carried away in the current, and he drowns. He goes up to heaven, and at the pearly gates he is admitted and comes before the divine presence. The rabbi asks, "Dear Lord, I don't understand. I've been a righteous, observant person my whole life and depended on you to save me in my hour of need. Where were you?" And the Eternal One answered, "Schmuck, I sent 2 boats and a helicopter. What more do you want?" Consider, on the other hand, Joseph's reaction to his own dire situation. As you'll remember, Joseph was sold into slavery, falsely accused of rape, and locked away in an Egyptian prison. By the time of today's Torah portion, he has somehow ascended from those circumstances to be second in command in all of Egypt. When he finally reveals himself to his brothers who betrayed him, he reassures them. He says, "Do not be distressed or angry with yourselves that you sold me here, for God sent me ahead of you to save lives." At first blush, The morals of these two stories may seem to contradict each other. The rabbi in the flood, so trusting in God's plan that he's lulled into a sense of fatal apathy. Joseph, so trusting in God's plan that is able to overcome the longest odds imaginable. But of course, both stories are in fact compatible with essential lessons that overlap. Joseph draws strength from his faith, but he knows that it is up to him to affect God's will. The rabbi, by contrast, lets his faith rob him of his agency. Viktor Frankl, the path-breaking psychotherapist and Holocaust survivor, explained that it did not really matter what we expected from life, but rather what life expected from us. That sounds a bit like divine providence, but notice what he said. He said what life expected from us. It's still up to us to meet those expectations. Joseph's story puts that principle in action. His faith gave him hope. It gave him the fortitude to refuse to give up after each new indignity. And he used that faith and hope to act, to seize his chance with the Pharaoh's cupbearer, to interpret Pharaoh's dreams, and then to put his 14-year plan into action. I think Joseph's story still resonates with us because we see so much of diaspora life in him. Even in this great country, in our history, we've been denied jobs and social opportunities and places to live because of our faith. Not to mention the times of outright violence we have been subjected to here and in Europe and in the Middle East. Joseph was also trapped, far from home, faced with deprivation and injustice, yet he managed to will himself, and eventually his family, to a better life. His is a story of diaspora Jewish excellence. We would do well to remember that Joseph's success comes both from his faith and his action and his faith. We must have both the hope for a better life and the courage to make that better life happen. Only then can we meet what life expects from us. Shabbat Shalom. We turn to the bottom of page 282 for Elenu, and I would like to call up Kristen and Caitlin to open our ARC doors. Let the time not be distant, O God. Let the time not be distant, O God, when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. O may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your realm be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever. V'ne'emar v'haye Adonai, li malak al kol haaretz, bayom hahu yihye Adonai echad, u'shmo echad. Thus it has been said, Adonai will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day, Adonai will be one, and God's name will be one. And you can close the ARC doors now and take your seat. Thank you. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we've drawn into our hearts with our own. May their memories be for blessing. And you can be seated now. But you will almost stand up again. Tonight we are especially remembering Rabbi David Ellenson, PhD, and Sue Berkheimer, Tova Bat Meir Tirza, Wendy Alderman, Raymond Russell Riker, Judith Tamkin, David Torman, Lorenzo Otero, Anita Goldwasser, Jamie Smith, Mark Umlas, Francine Catherine Barr, David Ben Avraham, David Levine, Tatiana Marie Granoff, Millie Rolston, Carol Ann Garris, Esther Badavron, Dr. Ellen Patricia Merkin, Scott Johnson, Eric Hobson, Daniel B. Stage, and the Yartsites of Daniel D. Omel, Sarah Greinwald, Gertrude Heller, William Paul Blank, Don Michelson, MD, Pearl Dworkin, Bernard Crute, Eunice April Merkin, Michael James Lordier, Daniel Rukovitz, Abraham Nathan Alderman, Benjamin Herman, Leon Winnick, Chet Bodie, Bella Manuk, Samuel Cantor, Hyman Getz, Rose Brown, and Rose Brown. If there are names you would like to add, please add them online, or please say them as my eye meets yours. Kaddish can be found on page 294. If it is your custom, please rise. Yikadal v'yikadesh shmei rabba bi'alma divra kiyote bi'almuk mahukate b'chayodan uvyamochan uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agola uvizmam kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehe shmei rabba mevarak li'olam ulamai amaya yiparak v'yimatrak v'yupar v'yuraman v'yase v'yachadar Vidale, Vidhalal, Shmei de Kudeshe Berhu, Liola, Minkol, Birchata, Visharata, Tushberhata, Vinamachata, Damarim, Bioma, Vimru, Amen. Yahe Shlama, Rabba, Min, Shemaya, Vichayimi, Alenu, Viakol, Viamaru, Amen. Ose Shalom, Bioma, Hu Yase Shalom Alenu, Viakol, Yisrael, Vimru, Amen. And now it is my honor to bring up board member Tova to give the announcements.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Just to Keel Ireland, this is his very first time leading a service. It's an extraordinary act of courage and love for this community and his Jewish path. So thank you so much for putting yourself out there for us tonight. Thank you to Michael Gordon for running our live stream this evening. If you as well, we'd like to learn how to lead a service, learn how to run our live stream, learn how to chant Torah. We have mentors in place to help you take on all the different parts of what it takes to run a Friday night service here at Temple Sinai, and we'd love to get you into that stream. We will be having an oneg this evening in the social hall. Our oneg this evening is sponsored by a generous donor who is putting an oneg challenge to our Temple Sinai congregation. So our donor is sponsoring half of the regular Friday night onegs for our congregation throughout the year and is challenging the congregation to match this spirit and sponsor the other half of the onegs. So if you have a birthday celebration or in honor of a loved one or just because, those are all super great reasons to host an oneg. If you feel like hosting an oneg is a bit of a reach for you, maybe food is not your love language, I super get that. We have a team, a mother-daughter team, the Tracy and Crystal here at the Sinai Temple, who would love to talk to you about some catering options that they have available for you. A lot of the announcements right now are just letting you know that some of our regular events are actually on hold for winter break right now. So there will be no Torah study this Saturday. Regular Torah study will resume on January 6th at 10 a.m. There will be no Sinai school. Currently, Sinai school will resume on January 14th after winter break. The Temple Sinai office will be closed on Monday for the winter holiday. As well as Friday, December 29th. The office will be closed on that day. Friday, December 29th, we will have another lay leader for our Shabbat. That will be Dr. Jeff Gingold, and the oneg will be hosted by Jeffrey Allen in honor of his mother's yahrzeit. Again, no Torah study Saturday the 21st, no Sinai school Sunday the 21st. The temple office will be closed on New Year's Day. And we'll be back Friday, January 5th, where we will have our Tot Shabbat at 5:30 p.m. If you want to see the cutest darn bunch of littles and, maybe night driving's not your thing, you can always come crash the Tot Shabbat like I do and sing some songs. And then our Friday night Shabbat service after that. So thank you all so much for being here. Shabbat Shalom.
We will close with Shalom Aleichem on page 323. And then afterwards, as Tova mentioned, there is an oneg in the social hall, and also we'll be doing the Kiddush over there. So I invite you all to join me.
23.
Yeah.
Okay. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Baruch hu ni l'shalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Tetzchem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you. Well done. Shabbat shalom. Yasher koach.